And having an exit strategy, an exit for every single deal that you're looking at is very important. Hello and welcome. My name is Gino Barbaro, one of the co-founders of Jake and Gino. And in this how-to, I'm going to be discussing with you how to buy your first investment property properly. I'm going to go through some of the mistakes that I made, some of the painful mistakes that I want you to avoid. And I want to really start off by building that foundation. So if you want to learn how to invest money into your very first deal, listen on. When I started my journey, I did what most new investors do. I had some money. And the first thing that I thought of was I just needed a deal. I've got $10,000. You put the dollar on, $50,000. I need to get a return on my money. Quickly that I learned that was the wrong thinking process. I want you to write this quote down, and I want you to refer back to it as often as you can when thinking about making a decision. A person with money meets a person with experience. The person with the experience gets the money, and the person with the money gets the experience. And that's exactly what happened to me in my first investment. I partnered up with somebody. I had money. I had no idea about the vehicle, about the deal, about the due diligence, about mobile home parks that I was going into. I just had money and I was looking for a return. That's not what you want to do in your investing journey. I think the first thing that you need to do is to reduce that risk. You need to start creating the foundation. And I love talking about money. And this is a point where you should just stop right now and say to yourself, how do I truly view money? Like, what is my outlook on money? What do I feel? What's the energy? What's the one word? Stop for a second and think of that first word that pops up into your mind. And those words may change as you get older, as things change. You may be having a great day. You may feel great. But right now, write down that one word. To me, that one word, money, if I'd have to say right now, I would say the word possibilities. It just popped into my mind. Ask me that question 10, 12 years ago, I would say uncertainty. I would say maybe fear. I would say possibly financial freedom. And there's nothing wrong with whatever word you've put. Just see how it makes you feel. Now, I'm not saying one word is better or worse than the other, because let's take, for example, if I said financial freedom, and I'm putting that to money, that could be positive because, hey, I'm going to work towards money and the goal is for financial freedom, or that could also be viewed as being negative. Wow, I need to make money. And if I don't make money, I'm not going to become financially free. So there's pressure and a burden on solely focusing on money and possibly not focusing on the long term and the network and building skills. All you're focusing is on the money. So just take a pause, see where you are. How do you feel about money? And right now, for me, when I was struggling with money, there was another thing that I was going through in my life. It was really about being compassionate to myself and maybe not loving myself as much as I should have early on. And that was putting a lot of pressure on myself. And I viewed money in a negative way. And I thought the more money I made, the better I would be, the better I would look, the more results I would have. People would look at me in a positive light. That's not really a healthy way for myself at that point to be looking at money. Now I've seen money as a different way. Money can amplify what I'm trying to accomplish. I just did a podcast this afternoon and we wrote a quote, and the quote was, money does not corrupt people. Money reveals people. So really, whatever your true intentions are, whatever your values are, money is only going to amplify that. So don't be afraid about money. But let's get back to buying your first deal. It's important as you work through the psychology and your feelings about money. Listen, if you have a negative feeling about money, if you're scared, if you're jealous, if you're hoarding, it's going to be really hard to create more money. And if you do get that money and you're a self-sabotager, all of a sudden you're going to find a way subconsciously to lose the money. You just bought a great deal. You just refied the money out. I've got 50 grand. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, I'm going to go invest it in crypto. Not knowing anything about crypto, then crypto crashes and you're like, see, I'm not really good with money. The foundation starts. You might not like hearing this bit, but it does start with a voice like Dave Ramsey. Now, most of you listening to this show are probably above the Dave Ramsey Foundation that I'm going to be talking about real quick, but you need to have a foundation. If you've got some money saved, but you've got credit card debt, and you've got student debt, and you've got car payments, and you've got mortgages, it's really hard to save money on the side and then start investing. You're building your house on sand, right? There's too many variables. I would say first and foremost, listen a lot what Dave says early on. Try to get rid of a lot of that debt, unnecessary debt. Now, if you have good debt, if you have business debt that's creating cash flow, if you've got mortgages on property that's creating cash flow, that's fine. But if you've got credit card debt, if you've got a lot of student loan debt, if you've got, you're looking at car loans, all that, that's really negative debt. That's taking money away from you. So start building the foundation. And can you see what happens if you have all of these obligations and then you have some money saved and you buy a deal and you put that money into a deal and that deal doesn't go bad, doesn't go well, and it doesn't produce money for you. And it's actually taking money away from your life. On top of that, now all of a sudden, the house starts to sink in the sand. So it's really important to build the foundation. Start taking understanding and ownership of your relationship with money, and then start understanding that let's get rid of this debt. Let's start paring this down. Then the next part is this is the reality. You're gonna have to save money. No matter what way you slice it, dice it, cut it, if you can't save money, then you can't invest into any kind of vehicle. Now, possibly if you're in, other vehicles like real estate, you could possibly do seller financing, master lease options, but you need to have experience with these tools. And you still need to have some type of money to close. You can use other people's money. If you want to get into real estate, great. That's more of an advanced skill set, learning how to syndicate a deal. You're using other people's money to do that, but you still need to have a base foundation. And that brings me to the first one, which is really pick the vehicle. I mean, what do you want to invest your money in? There's so many different options. You want to invest in stocks, bonds, you want to put your money into mutual funds, single family homes, multifamily, whatever it is, just choose the vehicle and start learning about that vehicle. After that is the saving the money. As you're picking the vehicle, start saving the money. The third component is start investing that money into the vehicle. Now, in real estate, it's really pretty cool because you can do this in one of a couple of ways. If you want to invest passively, you can become a limited partner into a real estate syndication. Invest passively and learn while you're earning. Pretty cool. You can go out and buy a deal yourself. You can even buy a home that has 2 or 3 units and do what people call house hacking, where you're living in one of the units and you're renting out the other 2. Your home expenses, your living expenses are paid for, but you got to invest. And the next component is you need to start learning how to use debt. Now, remember, personal versus business. I don't have any personal debt. I have business debt. I lever the business portion of my life to pay for my personal. Don't start leveraging yourself up if you don't know how to invest in these assets. Going down to buy right, manage right, and finance right, if you don't know the framework, don't start getting millions of dollars of debt irresponsibly. And then when the deals don't work out, you're like, well, hey, it didn't work out. If you want to learn more about buy right, manage right, finance right, just email me, gino@jakeandgino.com, and I will send you a PDF copy of the framework, one of the best vehicles out there if you know how to drive the vehicle. The next part, as you're learning how to use debt, as you're getting into these investments, the biggest mistake, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I see, as far as what happened in my life and a lot of the Jake and Gino community members, they don't view real estate as a business. They view it as a side hustle, a side gig, or just this landlording thing or this like piece of property. No, I want you to change your mindset right now. Every single piece of property you buy, whether it's a land deal, whether it's a single family home, whether it's an apartment building, every single one of them is a small business. Hopefully, it's a future stream of revenue. Even if you're buying the land deal, in the future, you're going to want to sell that, create the stream of revenue, or you want to split it up, develop it, and sell it. So you need to look at it as a business that's scalable, that has systems, that has processes, that has key performance indicators. You need to look at that. That's really important, that it is a business. Whether you're buying a duplex or you're buying 600 units, they form the same function. There's a future stream of revenue, and you're trying to maximize that. You're trying to create an NOI. You're trying to raise the net operating income of that property. It's important that you understand that. Now, as you're looking at that, as an investor, one of the biggest mistakes, I think this is the second biggest mistake, not understanding that's a business. The second one is you need to exit that deal to be able to crystallize the equity. Don't go into real estate or in any business thinking that you're going to buy and hold forever. You may buy and hold for a long time, and you may make cash flow. Cash flow will get you out of your job. Equity will keep you out of your job. Understand that. And having an exit strategy, an exit for every single deal that you're looking at is very important. You may buy a deal in the beginning that's older and needs more work, a lot more sweat equity. Well, what's the exit? Are you going to fix it up and flip it and pull that equity out and put it into another deal? That's an exit strategy. Another one, you may buy this great deal. It's a little bit newer. You like it. It's going to cash flow. Well, the exit strategy to that one is to buy it, hold it, and let's hold it for the long term. The other exit strategy is you're buying a deal. It's working really well. You've got the NOI up. Interest rates are where they are. Let's refinance this deal. That's the exit there. You're pulling the equity out, crystallizing the equity, and you're putting it back into the deal. Finally, I think the last step is to rinse and repeat what I've talked about. Let me really highlight them for you right now because I think this is important. The first one is always building the foundation. Do not get into investing. Do not take other people's money, especially if you don't have a strong foundation or a strong understanding of what your finances are. Because if you're having problems in your personal life with your finances, it's going to translate over into your business life. So getting a hold on your foundation is important. The second one I should mention, write down that one word after you get off this recording. What's that one word that you have around money? And try to test yourself every day. See where your energy is. This next one, third, is pick the vehicle. I hope you pick multifamily. We need more multifamily entrepreneurs out there. If you want to learn more about working with Jake and Gino, 865-800-3905. Just hit us up, call us. See how we've helped over 100 people leave their W-2 jobs. Over 86,000 units closed by the students. It's because they have the foundation. They've chosen the vehicle. And then now it's time that they're investing money. You're saving the money is the next step. Then investing the money using buy right, manage right, finance right. The next one is to use debt. Use debt wisely. Understand the power that debt can unleash. And then finally, understanding the exit, how you're going to get paid on this deal. As always, I want to thank you for spending part of your day with me, and I'll see you on next week's How To. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe so you'll never miss another episode.